Hey everybody, Becky here. I'm going to try and explain to you a complicated topic in neuroscience, okay? And it's called epigenetics. Now, don't be afraid. Even geneticists and neuroscientists don't always know what this word means, okay? But what I want to do is use the lyrics from 8 Mile, an Eminem track, which many people know, and try and explain what this complicated thing is. I'm going to use a Slick Rick the ruler. I'm going to use a shoelace, preferably an Air Jordan if you've got one, and then here we go. So DNA is something that we all are kind of given, right? This is the blueprint of life. This comes from our parents and kind of dictates how we're going to be programmed. But that's not the only story, right? That's kind of just the cards that you're dealt. How you play your cards and how you interact with others is a different story altogether, okay? So the message out of this is that you might come into this world with a few genetic disadvantages or vulnerabilities, but there's always an opportunity to modify the program or the blueprint, okay? So DNA, literally you can think of it as a shoelace or a piece of string, and it's a code, okay? But you can also think of it as lyrics, and I quite often like to think of it as lyrics. So in 8 Mile, we've got a lot of powerful lyrics here. Sometimes I just feel like quitting, I still might. So you just imagine the words going across this DNA code, okay? Occasionally we get some negative messages, quitting, why do I put up this fight? Why do I still write? But then other times you get, I want to go on stage and just kill mics. So we've got green is kind of like the positive stuff, and purple might be the negative stuff, okay? This is your DNA. Everyone's going to have different colors going along and along and along and along. And so what happens is with DNA, you can't just kind of throw it in your pocket and go down the street because it's going to get all messed up, okay? So here is epigenetics. Epigenetics is the ruler, okay? And what it does is it organizes your DNA, so it kind of stores it. So we're looping around, and right now we're seeing this negative message. I'm going to quit. I feel like giving up. And now we start to see, okay, but hold on. This isn't so bad. I want to get out there and just destroy it, okay? I want to do well. And then, but I don't know. I'm doubting myself. Okay, so this is the DNA code that's just being wrapped around. This is that helix shape that you can often see. So epigenetics is just kind of helping to structure your DNA or your lyrics so that your story can be told, okay? Now, the thing about epigenetics is that it switches on or off genes, okay? So what do I mean by that? What I mean is that machines come around and they read the code. They're going through your lyrics. These are the tracks of your life that are being recorded. Sometimes what happens is, with epigenetics, something comes along and just hides this code, smushes it together. So let's see what that looks like, actually. So you've got in Eminem's lyrics, sometimes I just feel like quitting, I still might. And you can actually read this right now. But if we smush it down, it closes the gene, and you can no longer read this code. Okay, it's kind of like blocking out a thought in a way. It's like out of sight, out of mind, just, don't focus on that. But if this remains open, you can still read the lyrics, you can still read the DNA, okay? And sometimes, again, we're back into the negative thoughts. If they get smushed or closed, then the negative messages can't come through, okay? So epigenetics really is kind of being the ruler or the structure for DNA so that it can be read properly. Sometimes there are good messages, sometimes there are bad messages, like in the lyrics of 8 Mile Road. And epigenetics interacts with the environment to, close off this bad stuff, maybe close off some more doubtful thoughts, and, really help you. Sometimes I just want to go on stage and kill mics, and you can read the positive lyrics. So we have good DNA, we have bad DNA, but this can change over the course of our lives based on how our epigenetics functions.